grinding daily, it's a different vibe. Right. Had to put my mental focus back in line. Right. Talking negative, I move it to the side. Hey. Ain't no time to take a day off, working through the night. Seek to keep them first, that's the motive. That's the motive, yeah. Don't focus on the fear, can't afford it. Can't afford it, no. God trumps all, you should know this. And let them know we keep our service secret like we POTUS. And when the storm blows, sometimes it's harder to see. But we wait when the trouble comes regardless of heat. If they joining us, we tell them go and hearken the speech. To get the men to enter in, I know it started with me. I'm starting to see, it seems our hearts are hardened to me. There's one in the three, or 3 and 1 we pace when we read. Like Cam with the D, I see the hawks that fly over me. But I'm taking in the future like I'm married to sea. Tell them call me if they looking for a miracle. I got blessings in the natural and the spirit. Too much favor and anointing, you can see it. If you make it your confession, you can be it. Just believe it. Tell them call me if they looking for a miracle. I got blessings in the natural and the spirit. Too much favor and anointing, you can see it. If you make it your confession, you can be it. Just believe it. Like we sitting in the bleachers, boy, we ain't come to play. Are you hearing how they speak it? So it's doubting what they say. Start tearing the demons if I ever speak his name. Oh, I heard the devil's looking for me. Tell him not today or this week.
Hello everybody, I just realized I totally forgot to change the name of the stream, so let me do that. But hello everyone, thank you for coming to another incident, another episode. I can't talk and type at the same time. Okay. But anyway, thank you for coming to another edition of me making a fool out of myself. Today I am gonna do another portrait. Hopefully it won't take forever like other portraits have. But I like doing the portraits, and it seems like you guys like the portraits as well, especially those that are on YouTube, because the shorts that I post about the portraits seem to be getting quite more traction than if I just paint animals and stuff. So I like it, you guys like it. This is a little change of pace. We're gonna see how this playlist feels. I don't know. This is a little, okay, maybe. We'll see. We'll try out something new. Usually I just do lo-fi, but I'm kind of getting tired of hearing the same songs over and over again. So if I'm getting tired of them, I can only imagine how you guys are feeling. If you guys are regulars, you might notice that there is a new bar on my... I feel like the music is a tad bit too loud. Let me turn that down. You'll notice that there is a new bar. That's my my Ko-fi goal. If you guys feel so inclined to help out the channel, help out the streams, you guys can do that. No pressure. Just I want to get some new paintbrushes, some tinier paintbrushes, so that doing portraits and other small detailing will be a little bit easier. I did not put down any white. If you guys just want to help out the channel a little bit, you guys are free to do that. I know sometimes people do bits on and subbing on Twitch, but there's nothing on YouTube for you guys that watch on YouTube. That if you are supporting, there's nothing for you guys to, because I'm not monetized on YouTube as of yet. So if you guys want to help me out because I'm not monetized, I'd appreciate that. Alright, now that I've changed the description on both YouTube and Twitch and have my brushes, I am ready to go. As I've been doing the last couple streams, here is the Photoshop view of what's going on. This is he's so baby faced. Look at that man. Look at that man. He's a young man. But I figure since I did a younger Holly Berry and that I should do a younger Hugh Jackman as well. I'm just gonna do like a slightly off-white background, just so that the canvas is toned a little bit. And because the background is a little off-white. I'm gonna dry this quick so we're not waiting 1,000 years for this to dry. Got my handy dandy ruler. I'm just gonna do some marks with white. And last week, I didn't do the blade portrait on stream. I did it after the stream, but I just wanted to show you guys if you haven't seen it. While I was doing the blade portrait, I was working with this brush, and I was like, oh, this brush is actually pretty good for doing small details. And so I'd like to get more brushes like this. Because I thought because it was so long that it wouldn't... I did not mean to do it that high. Yikes. Anyway, I didn't think it'd be that great for really, really tiny detailing. But it's actually pretty great. It's good. I just would like to get more brushes like this. So this first quadrant up here is basically all just his hair. All this up here, his hair. And then it like curls that way. And then about right here is where, oh, I'm sorry. I did not realize it wasn't super in frame. That's a little better. Okay. So about right there is where the forehead starts to come in. Eyeball right there, and into the cheek. swooping down over here. And you get like into his beard and stuff, but his ear is like right there, roughly. It is like slightly above this line right here, so I'm just gonna, and the brow kind of comes down here, and then his eye, it kind of curves down the eyelid. His nose. Where's his lips? Where's his lips? The lips are I feel like I ran into that problem where their face isn't quite long enough. So I've come to notice something about myself, and when I draw portraits, I tend to make people's, because I kind of have like a small square head, right? I'm a small person, you know, I'm 5'3". That's I'm a small woman, and so I feel like I tend to make people's jaws like kind of small, kind of baby face a little bit. I don't always give people enough face. That's like a consistent problem that I've noticed when drawing portraits. My my high school art teacher, she said people tend to draw other people, kind of how they look a little bit. At first I didn't really know what she was talking about, because I mean, whenever I did portraits, when I would do text portraits, the way that they were made is just completely different. And then, I'm just checking my math here. What they are made is completely different than how I draw normally. Because when you make a text portrait, you're drawing in the shadows of people's faces. You're not really drawing in the features too much. I mean, you're drawing in the features, but it's more focused on where the shadows are placed rather than like, oh, this is how a lip is shaped, this is how the nose is shaped. It's very abstract in the way that those are made, and so I didn't understand that when I was at the time. I mean, I saw it in other people's art, but I didn't realize that I was doing it as well. But she was right. You were right, Mrs. Buchanan. keep giving like a tiny bit of jaw. This one's supposed to be a lot higher. There we go. And then this one is supposed to be about there. And then this one is more. Okay. I feel like that's where the hair is. I feel like this is needs to be moved over to the right a little bit. Because this is where this line is. Right? This line comes down. This needs to be pushed to the right. All this needs to go to the right. I'll use a thicker line to show the edits. Which means this goes here, which means the nose needs to come over a little bit. And that part of the nose is like right there. And his eye. Got some hairs coming down. I think the original line of where this is was fine, actually. Just making some mental notes for myself as to where his parts of his hairline is. I guess it's not mental notes to myself because I'm literally doing it for everyone to see. Okay, got his beard, it's kind of scraggly. Mustache, kind of. Facial hair. Like, there's things about this that are technically feel they're in the right spot, but there are other things about this that just, I don't know. There's something in this that's not quite right. Everything else feels like it's pretty much in the right spot. I'm going to, instead of doing the thing on Photoshop, because that takes a minute, I'm just gonna do the edits on my phone and use that as a reference. Just taking the photo, emailing to myself, placing it down, that's quite the hassle. But I've got, what is this? Procreate? Got that on my phone, so. So looking at this on my phone, everything is kind of too high, honestly. I thought everything was too low, but everything is kind of too high. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why the nose is like almost in the right spot. If I remember to just have that to be the shadow instead of the eye is so wrong. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the left eye is fine. The right eye is completely off. One of these days, I'm just gonna draw a person like how they're like. Actually, that already happened. I did that with Top. I did that with Top, and he was the only one that was like, yeah, that's him. That's his face. Everyone else is just a pure mistake. Okay, so where I have the eyebrow is even wrong. Yikes! 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 lips weren't too off. They weren't super off. But I think this is a good place to... I mean, even the... I feel like the claws being off isn't super duper important, but yeah. I don't know what's with me today. I'm better at fixing my mistakes than their initial sketch, I suppose. Okay, now I think I'm at a good spot to start actually putting down some values and shadows and stuff. I love how I initially said I was gonna make this off the background off-white, and it's just completely gray. Yeah, it's probably off-white. It's so off-white it's not even near white. It's like an off-Broadway play, like off-Broadway play. Something about this current song reminds me of the days when I was a young kid listening to Creed. Children, don't stop dancing, believe you can fly away, away. Those were the days. Back when I was like 6 years old. Recently I was talking to one of my sisters and I was like, they should have Creed to the Super Bowl, and they're like, they already did do the Super Bowl, and I'm like, what are you talking about? So then I looked it up. It actually wasn't the Super Bowl, it was like the Thanksgiving performance, like Thanksgiving halftime performance after 9/11. And like everyone was wearing red, white, and blue, and then they had like trapeze artists and stuff like that. Like it was just a complete production, and I was just like, man, they don't be doing super American stuff like this anymore for sports. Like I remember You know, there's just a certain vibe about like the early 2000s and American Pride and stuff. And it's just not there anymore because people are like out imperialism and yada yada yada. And gonna put down some of this so that when I put in his eyebrow, it's not just on top of gray. Here we go. I'm staring at Hugh Jackman's face. I'm very tempted just to start playing the Greatest Showman soundtrack, but you know, I don't want to get flagged. Even though I'm not monetized on YouTube. I could still get flagged on Twitch though. I'll be like, hey, just so you know, this is copyrighted music. After a certain point in Hugh Jackman's career, I started thinking of him as like a musician and not so much action star. Every time I see Wolverine now is ruined, I just hear the Bruno Mars song and he jump scares someone in Marvel Rivals. What does that mean? Which Bruno Mars song? animals? I do not know that Bruno Mars song. This song sounds like a Ford F-150 commercial. All new Ford F-150. Carry more in your truck. Go further in the truck. 4-wheel drive. You just sent it to me. I'm gonna pause the Ford F-150 music to see what you're talking about. Oh, I don't know that song. That's why I'm super confused. And also, that's not Bruno Mars. That is that is Maroon 5. Yeah, why don't they just use wolves? I mean, like a Wolverine instead of like an actual wolf. It's weird. Nope. Bruno Mars's Catch Your Grenade. The main guy is Adam somebody for I don't know, these pop bands are saying this. It's okay. Bruno Mars is you know, Catch Your Grenade for you. I Should Have Bought You Flowers. Something 20K Magic in the Air, and that one song people use for Attack on Titan edits. That's Bruno Mars. Maroon 5 is the I won't go home without you. Oh. That album, the All About Jane. Beauty queen of only 18, she had some trouble with herself. Drove for miles and miles and wound up at your door. That guy. What is his name? It's Adam somebody. I keep doing all these tiny portraits. I should change my name from Tina's Text Portraits to Tina's Tiny Portraits. But then I'd have to change like all my business documents with the government, and that's maybe next year. Web domain and all that stuff. The shadows on his face aren't super... Let me get the color picker. Yeah, the shadows on his face are all like some shade of red. Like some people have like more of a yellow undertone or blue undertone. He is very red. At least in this photo. You get it now. Throwbacks to the first X-Men movie extras interview where Hugh Jackman said he spent weeks studying wolf behavior because he didn't know what a Wolverine was and thought it was a wolf he was being. Wow. That's hilarious.
Thank you very much, sir. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
Hey, Leth. Nice to see you as always. Thank you for resubbing. Muted? I'm not muted. You guys can hear me, right? I might have to change his playlist in a bit because it's making me hungry for like... Hi Kit Kat, nice to see ya. This music is making me want like Texas Roadhouse. Have some baked potatoes and barbecue chicken and 1,000 dinner rolls. The waitress keeps coming by and asking if I need anything, and I say, some more bread. Every single time. Stream is lagging, I think. Okay. Yeah, that could be it. My internet's been wonky the last couple days. feel like there's a slight hint of like a bluish magenta tint in some shadow areas. Oh, I did not mean to throw that. Did not mean to have that much moisture. Goodness gracious. You going in to play Marvel Rivals, Zamboni? The things about this is still very, very off. I think part of it might be his hairline. But I think most of it is his facial features. I don't think I have enough detail anywhere. I don't know why I was about to single it out. It's just not done. It's not even half baked, man. You're gonna play as Wolverine while listening to Maroon 5. Yeah, there's so many off things about this. Oh, goodness gracious. I'll figure it out though. I will figure it out. Never give up, never surrender. I feel like there's something very off about the nose. I might have put too much magenta in some of the undertones. Also, I just feel like there's something really off about the eyes. I know his lips are the wrong shade, but there's just something that feels off about the placement of the eyes. And I feel like once I fix that, or figure out exactly how wrong that is, other things will start to come alive. But I'm gonna play around with the nose for a little bit, see if shaping that correctly will make me feel better about myself. Yeah, this still looks weird. Things are definitely placed weird. Placed wrong. Oh, his eyes are still too high. Huh. Okay. Both eyes are too high. Too high and look like slightly too big. I did what he does best, but what he does best isn't very nice. Killing? Yeah, killing is not very nice. Oh, is his super just, like, not great? What do you mean? And his hairline is... Okay, the hairline is off. I was right. I was right. It needs to be lower. wrong. You know, this is proving to be a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. You would think I would know someone's face since I've been staring at them since I was, what, 10, 12? But nope, it doesn't always work like that. Just because you're familiar with someone's face doesn't mean that you're just gonna, you know, just know how to draw them. I have not spent, you know, a lot of time studying Hugh Jackman's face. And I decided I was gonna draw him like 3 minutes before I hit go live. I think it's getting better though. I just wish it looked like this a half hour ago. But again, I knew something was off with the sketch and I still went on to shading. That's entirely my fault. So that'll be a lesson to everybody else. When you know something's off, just try and fix it. Don't just try to push on. You had a good game? You missed your lunge a few times and died. Does that count against you? Like, does the other team get a point if you fall off and die? Is it like in Smash Brothers? Trim this in a little bit. Yeah, there's ledges where you can throw people off. If you just like run off the edge or something, or like miss your lunge, does that count for the other team though? Do they get the point for your death? Is what I guess what I'm asking. Oh no, they don't get any points. Okay, that's cool. Because I know there's like different objectives that you can do. I still have not played it or downloaded it at all. I know the rest of you are pretty enthralled with it, but I still have not given it a chance. Not that I don't think it'll be fun, it's just that when I draw or paint a lot, and then go to try and game for maybe even an hour or something, especially if it's like a fighting game, like my wrist will just be jacked up, and I don't know what that's about. I should probably talk to my doctor about that, but he'll probably be like, oh, it might be a carpal tunnel surgery, and I don't want to do that. The mode I was on was in domination, and the only thing that happens on death is I can't help my team and wait 10 seconds. Okay. I want to give it a shot, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want to jack up my wrist. Because there was one week where, I don't know, I was in a lot of pain, and I was like, I'm not going to stop streaming. I'll just paint less things. But with working and cooking and cleaning and streaming and gaming, that's too much for little old wrists. Next season they're adding in more X-Men characters. Who? Like I think Cyclops is already there. Who are they adding? Like I can't even think who to be like. Yeah. Just tell me. Maybe like Iceman or somebody like that. His lips more flesh tone and not. I made them kind of pink, so because I knew I was gonna do like overlays, color overlays. That's not what it's called in real life. I knew I was gonna paint over it, but I just wanted it to be there and be marked in sort of the right spot. And I knew bright pink, I'd be able to tell where that is and come back in. They haven't said exactly who yet. Okay. This looks so much more like him than it did in the other iterations. I think I'm really starting to get it. We're getting closer, guys. We are getting closer. Yeah, his eyes were just too big in the wrong spot. That was the main issue. I mean, his nose is still not exactly how I want it to be, but... And his lips aren't quite right, but... We are in a better spot. I feel like we are near the end. trying to get that Flag of Black Shadow look, because his beard isn't like full beardy, you know? It's like it kind of looks like him, but there's still something a little bit off. I'll do the claws and then I'll figure out what is off about it. I'm painting gray on gray. Doesn't make any sense. Where's that silver I keep using? Ah! I just... Okay, I'm gonna have to get that out of my sweater in a minute. Put on the What is this, Zamboni? Why? What is this? He's not a wolf man. But I need to get this paint out of my sweater before it settles, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm gonna take one last... Oh, people on Twitch might still be on an ad break, but I'm going to take one last photo just to try and... see what feels off about it. Oh shoot. No! Don't delete imported image. Come back, please. Was not expecting that. It's what the people have been making memes off of. Okay. Okay, so here is my painting currently. And then here is the slow and steady change. His head is too wide. See that? You see that? His head is too wide. I think that's what feels so off about it. I mean, his eyes are slightly in the wrong spot. Claws are bigger than what they should be, but I think he's too wide. Okay. That's not what I was expecting. Because I was like, there's just something weird about this. Made his head too big. Yeah. It's Wolverine in bold font, man. That looks so much better. Comparison. It looks so much better. I might lighten up the background. Just so that it's not like silver on silver. With the claws. Wolverine if he didn't have a healing factor metabolism. And his beard should actually, all of this this whole section needs to be scooted over. Just gonna push this in. And he's got like hair in the back, right? Like darn near mullet, right? So I have to remake the ear. It's a good thing I didn't do a lot of detailing with it, but goodness gracious. Like I said earlier, I just keep making people, like, I don't have a wide face, but I tend to draw myself kind of square. Which isn't, I don't do self-portraits because they never look like me. But that was, yeah, that was the issue. Glad I figured it out. Beard come this way. I mean, his eye is still slightly in the wrong spot. Whatever. It needs to be, instead of like going this way, it needs to be rotated a little bit. But I think that's I think it's a pretty decent portrait. You know? It's not exact, it's not 100%, but it's one of my better ones that I've done on stream. For sure, for sure. Alright, there we have Wolverine. I'll fix this clause later. I don't feel like doing it right now, but... yeah, I think it's a pretty decent portrait. I just had a little funny thought, since I don't have a ton of time left before the 2-hour mark. If it makes you feel any better, I never draw or paint humans before, so... well... yeah. I'm just trying to get used to, drawing people more, I guess. That is not what I want to say. Since you showed me that Wolverine Wolfman transformation, I thought it would be a funny hee hee ha ha to do a little night scene with a really big moon. Painting people is probably one of the most difficult things that someone can do. Because there's just so much that goes into like a person's bone structure and stuff like that. It's just... humans are so intricate and so complicated, complex. And there's so many different methods and ways that you can go about drawing a human face. I tend to rotate between a couple of them, and I probably should just master one instead of rotating. Because you guys, as you guys can tell, on Twitch and YouTube, I often have trouble. You know what would help? What would help? Dissecting a human corpse. I know that's what the old masters used to do, but I don't think I can just get my hands on a human corpse and just think like Leonardo da Vinci. Yeah, there's not just... I can't just go to like U of M or somewhere and be like, hey, you guys doing dissecting day? I'm here to help. Can I watch? You know? And that's what the old masters used to do, but... you can't just walk into a morgue or something and be like, hey, can I watch? I need to understand how to draw a human body, so can I watch you guys cut this guy up? Just DIY. Oh, I'll just do it myself. Nah, I can't. And I'm a little icked out by dead bodies, since, you know, I found my mother's corpse in the bathroom. Like, I still can't watch a zombie movie without panicking a little bit. So maybe in the future I could go to a mortician and be like, hey, can I watch you work so I can understand the human body? But as of right now, it's I don't know. Dead people are a little traumatic for me right now. At least ones that like look like actually dead and stuff. When it's like, okay, that's obviously someone just like holding their breath, but when it's like a dummy that someone has like made for the show and stuff, then it's like, okay, it being lifeless like that is really rubbed me the wrong way. That's fair, yeah. Yeah, I just need to look at like diagrams and models and stuff like that. Maybe get like a fake human skull and draw that. So I've seen some people like they draw the skull and the eyes and then they paint. Well, they paint like the skull and then they paint over the face. And I was like, I don't understand how you start like that. That's a whole level of crazy that I don't know if I can do or would want to, because it's like, man, this is a really good skull. And then I add skin and human faces to it. That's just, I don't know. That's a lot of steps. That's a lot of work. But that's like that person's niche thing to do on the internet, though. It's really effective because every time I see that guy, or I don't know if it's a man or a woman. Every time I see them, I'm just like, yep, I'm about to watch this whole thing. Oh, I came over an Instagram account that posts images of dead bodies that have been preserved for study. That's interesting, I guess. They're just asking a random uni class or morgue if you could watch dissection would be a good story. Just bring it up randomly to new people. Not sure how I feel about that, but the term morbid curiosity is a thing. That's true. That's true. I would not want my body just preserved so people can just look at it and study it. That would, I don't know about that. I think it's funny people are built in layers. Why is that funny? It's just funny. Okay. Add in some clouds. You ever looked at how the brain and eyeballs and nerves look without the extra stuff? I think I have. Looks weird. That's technically all our consciousness piloting flesh mechs. Of course you bring it back to mechs somehow, some way. An obligatory wolf howl. Alright, we are up at the 2-hour mark. Like I said, I'm gonna fix this clause later. I guess I could do it now, but later. But thank you everybody for checking in and for watching me paint stuff. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy lives to watch me paint and watch me make stuff. I will be live on Thursday, my regular time, from 2 to 4, or like 2:15 to 4:15 is more accurate of a painting. A more accurate of a schedule. But yeah, thanks again everybody. If you want to check out my artwork, it's seenastextportraits.com. That's where you can go to commission me, see past things that I've done, and see bigger paintings that I've made as well. And if you guys want to send some money my way, the links for Ko-fi are on my YouTube and on my Twitch, because I am streaming to both. But thank you guys for checking in, and I hope to see you guys on Thursday.